Wolverines!
If Tom Hanks has taught us anything, it's that you can kill a Tiger tank with a 1911 as long as it's chambered in 45 ACP. This is in 9mm, but you guys get the point. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average 2024 Guntube year in review that your mom said, enjoyer, that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video, there are multiple things we're going to discuss today. First and foremost, we're going to discuss the current state of Guntube, right, of the YouTube gun world, and I'm going to give you some honorable mentions of some channels that I recommend you check out, and talk about the current, the king of gun slop right now, which is Garand. We will get into that in a second. The second thing we're going to do, I'm going to share some analytics from the channel from the past year, and I'm going to give you the vision moving forward, okay, for my channel. So talk about my quality content or C-list YouTube content, or what I foresee moving forward with my channel. And then last but not least, I'm going to answer your guys' questions. I have the Q&A questions pulled up here just out of frame, so I'll scroll through here. I will read them from the recent post that I posted while the community post that I posted while I was in the gym and doing my cardio before filming this. Okay, so before we get into the topic of discussion, the reason that you're even hearing or seeing anything on this channel is because of the members of Patreon. The Patreon is $5 a month, and it is exactly what keeps this channel alive. If you want to continue seeing content moving forward here on YouTube from the Trench Grenade channel, you need to go become a member of the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. It gets you access to behind-the-scenes content. It gets you access to a Discord server where you can stay up late, find buddies to train with in your local area, do all the stuff, right? All the things that most guys want to game with, etc., right? And you get to see behind-the-scenes content and be in a group discussion, i.e. the Discord. So if you enjoy my content and you want to continue seeing content here on YouTube, well, join the Discord or join the Patreon, and it'll keep things alive. One more thing I got to tell you guys: share my channel with people that you think can benefit from the content that I produce. Training content, gun reviews, discussions, etc., right? So if you think that somebody in your circle could benefit from my channel, all I ask is you share this video with one person that you think can benefit. That way we get more subscribers and the audience increases and the sphere of influence increases, and we prevent guys from buying Tauruses and Canics and all the trash that's out there in the world. We prevent guys from falling into those traps. So share the videos, share the content with one buddy. That's all I ask. Okay, so on the agenda, let's talk about Garand. So in a second, I'm going to tell you a bunch of people that are creating quality content. And I know a lot of guys are sick of the Garand drama. I am too. But I watched the last two videos that he posted on his channel. The 5.56 Draco video, or Crink, sorry. The 5.56 Crink from Palmetto State Armory. And then he posted a video today talking, basically doing a kind of an impersonation of Cyberpunk, which is funny, it's cool. But when I watched the video, I didn't learn anything. And I was watching the video as if I was an 18-year-old kid that already knows all the basics about a revolver, right? Because that information is out there and it's already been produced. And yes, do content creators need to regurgitate safety information and basic information about weapons? Yes, yes, they do. But when you're the biggest influencer in the space, i.e. Garand, and you're starting to produce gun slop content, that's a problem, okay? Because it's an image problem. So I'm gonna read a number of channels that are making good training, good knowledge, good reviews, whatever, good quality content that I think you should be consuming. Maybe instead of watching a Garand video where it's a crazy opening intro, okay, this staccato will be the, I guess, the fidget spinner, the adult fidget spinner that we use. It will be a staccato and a Celsius. Because I know somebody might ask, the staccato is outfitted with a 507K or 507 comp from Holliston and a Streamlight TLR1, like 1000 lumen light or something like that. The new HL new. I guess it's been out for a minute, but this will be the adult fidget spinner, and this weapon is clear, so we will not have a desktop and a Celsius. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some channels that I recommend that are putting out interesting, educational, and entertaining. Okay, they meet all the things for me. Now keep in mind, I'm just some dude with a camera. I'm an infantryman by trade. 12 years active duty, Army, airborne units, airborne assignments, and mechanized assignments, and drill sergeant, right? And now drill sergeant leader. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is my opinion. I'm not saying it's the end all be all. This is just what I recommend. If you were to ask me what content should you be consuming? Okay, I'm just going to go down the list in a rapid fire status. If you want to know about any individual one, just comment down below. Focus Trip, good stuff. Okay, Focus Trip, M26 Lemon Grenade, S2 Underground, Administrative Results, Ben Steger, Nut and Fancy, 110 SAS Actual, Vintage Warfare, Brass Facts, T-Rex Arms. T-Rex Arms is making quality content, even though you might not agree with Lucas Botkin and he might be cringe and might say things that are cringe. His belief system is relatively base, okay? And Lucas and I don't necessarily like each other, but when your company makes quality content or quality products for the consumers and you have a good mission statement and you make good YouTube content, I got to get behind that. So T-Rex Arms and their T-Rex Arms training channel, 9-hole reviews, Hop, formerly Hopophile, now Hop, Clayco 47, Milspec Mojo, Magic Prepper, Charlie Cox, Sage Dynamics, the VSO Gun channel. Scrolling down here. Administrative Results has a good backup channel as well. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down here, guys. Make sure I didn't forget anybody. Now, all these channels I'm telling you are channels where they're going to be, like I said, some entertainment, but there's an underlying message that is based in reality, right? Okay. I'm not seeing any that are jumping out to me. But, okay. So, moving forward, make sure you guys are consuming quality content. If you see a pattern where a new gun is released and 17 YouTubers are all reviewing the same gun at the same time, that YouTuber is bought and paid for. Okay, if you're seeing people say, oh, this Optics company is my favorite, but they're never using it other than on camera because it's trash. Okay, you guys kind of get the deal, right? So be more based. I'm asking you guys to consume. It doesn't have to be my content. If you want to unsubscribe at this point, I really don't care. But what I'm asking you guys is to educate yourself. Still consume entertaining content. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying make sure you guys are getting out there and vetting the people you receive information from. If, I post a lot of stuff about GBRS and I talk about how cringe they are. They make, let's say if they make 20 videos, one will be good content, right? That's just the truth. They rely too much on their pedigree, to bring up that cringe term. They rely too much on what they did in the teams and the Navy SEALs. What they did, in their service is great, but when you're making cringe content that's not educational or beneficial for the average American that is trying to defend themselves and, do good stuff in their lives, maybe avoid those types of channels. And I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Okay, that is enough for the current state of Guntube. I'm going to answer Mocha's question here because Just Mocha here. Let me find your question. Okay, Just Mocha, what's your focus moving forward into the new year, both with the channel and professionally? What can you inspire others to do the same? Okay, my focus moving forward with my channel. I want to create 2 to 3 types of videos moving forward, okay? The 2 to 3 types of videos are going to be directly battle drill and tactical videos, whiteboard instruction or tactical discussions. That's going to be the key cornerstone of my channel moving forward will be talking about tactics, battle drills, doctrine, stuff that will hopefully keep you alive in your Minecraft server. Okay, that is point number one. Number two, I'm still going to pick very specific weapons and that I think you guys might be interested in getting or whatever, and I'm going to test them extensively with a certain expected round count, right? So whether it be, hey, we're going to do a 3,000 round test on whatever gun, and I will document if it's a good gun, bad gun, based on my experience, etc. So that'll be the second part of the channel. And the last part will be kind of what you just watched for the past few minutes, was me calling out bad Guntubers, people that are making gun slop content, such as Garand, unfortunately, because we all missed the black screen videos where it was just him. He goes out, he shoots 2,000 rounds, he brings it back inside and tells us, hey, this thing is bad, this thing is good, whatever. If you're, like I already said, if you got a PSA Crink video and you're telling people to go buy a 5.56 PSA AK, and now you're doing a revolver video that gives zero tangible information, reassess, right? Not to pick on Grantham because he's up here, my channel's down here, and it does not matter, right? But that's just my 2 cents when it comes to what content I would recommend you guys consume, right? So moving forward, that will be the agenda for my channel, is tactics videos, whiteboard instruction, doctrine, etc. Reviewing very specific guns that I think need brought attention, like that PSA video that I created with all the upgrades and changed out parts for a budget option for you guys, and calling out people that need to be called out if it comes into my sector of fire. Right, moving forward. I should know, I still wish the best for Garantham's channel, but I just wish he would slow down and make better content. Okay, let's just go from the top here. How many rounds do you put through? So Weevil asks, how many rounds do you put through a new weapon before you feel that is reliable? Typical rule of thumb, if it's something like a staccato, I'm going to go down and burn it down. I think when I first got this handgun, I went out and I put like 600 rounds through it in a day, just to make sure, and there's videos on the channel, just to make sure, right? Just to make sure the gun is doing the things that I wanted it to do out of the box. So I would definitely say you need to shoot as many bullets as you can bet your life on. And you don't need to get crazy with it and put, 5,000 rounds through a gun. I would just say, set a base standard of 400, 500 rounds minimum, I would say, through a gun before you bet your life on it. I say that is a good ballpark to, hey, 500 rounds, you buy I'm going to keep flagging you guys. And yes, the gun's empty, but even if you were standing right here, guess what? Death pop, you would still not die, okay? So yeah, 500 rounds is a good rule of thumb. Guys, if you got this far in the video, hit the like button and share it with a buddy. Part 2, if it does malfunction during the test, what type of malfunction is acceptable? Certain guns do have a break-in period, okay? The Shadow Systems has a break-in period. I know the staccatos need a few rounds to, they don't need it, but you should give it to them. So if you have a gun that has multiple malfunctions and it's anything major and it still continues up to the 500 round mark, I would say you need to sell it, get it back to the manufacturer. Don't use it, right? I would say, my Shadow Systems had all those light primer strikes. So what I did is I contacted the manufacturer. I kept shooting the gun because I have a small YouTube channel, and I kept shooting the guns. But if I didn't have the channel, I probably would have just sent it back to them completely, did the FFL transfer, and then had them fix it, send it back to me because I wanted it to just be good. But for entertainment purposes and to bring you guys along for the journey, I just kept the gun. And I get the 2 guns, and I just kept shooting them. So make sure you only keep using it if your life is worth it. Part 3, he says, and how many more rounds to consider reliable after a single? He says, keep up the good work, man. Enjoying the content. Shout out to Nighthawk too. Thanks, dude. So yeah, 500 rounds. If you're having a repeated issue, white primer strike or failure to eject, and it gets to that 500 round mark, don't trust that gun. Period. You know, I would rather, you know, and I got an expensive gun out here, but that's not the point. The point is I would rather have a gun that works 99.9% of the time than a fancy gun that works 80% of the time or 90% of the time. Okay, moving on. Ram says, what is your minimum and ideal standard of fitness for a 20-year-old male, and what metrics do you base them off of? So, you know, the Army has the ACFT, and I think it's going in the right direction for that. You need to be able to run 2 miles within, you know, at least 18 minutes, you know. You need to be able to pick up heavy weight. You need to be able to, you know, throw a ball. You need to have good muscular skeletal system, right? So what I focus my training on every day is 1 hour of cardio. That can be, you know, 2-mile run and a 40-minute walk, or just 1 hour of just walking at a moderate pace, right? So like 3.7 miles per hour, 3.8 miles per hour, and just walk for an hour straight. And then I lift weights for 45 minutes to an hour directly. After that, focusing on a push-pull leg split. Chest and tries is one day, back and bis is the next, and then legs is the third day. So you need to have a healthy BMI. Now, if you're heavy in muscle or dense in muscle and it says you're obese but you're jacked out of your mind, don't focus on that BMI, because some BMI standards will say you're obese if you're jacked. But make sure that you can do the things I just said. Make sure you can ruck. Make sure that you can, you know, walk every day or do cardio for an hour a day. If you're going to bike, then you only need to do like 30 minutes, right? If you're going to do something like that or run, you really only need to do like 30 minutes of jogging. Just be careful on your knees and stuff like that and your joints. But an hour of moderate cardio every day, and then an hour of weightlifting, and then every third or fourth day, take 1 day off. Do that for the rest of your life, and you'll be good to go. Lima Hotel says he's leaving for Fort Jackson Basic tomorrow. Well, trainee, good luck. Welcome to the Army. Welcome to the team. I'm technically not supposed to be talking to you, but it's a public forum, so I'm saying good luck. It's a long journey. It's a jog, not a sprint. So keep that in mind throughout your Army career. Listen to your NCOs, listen to your drill sergeants, be of good character, and you will have a great time in the Army, and it's going to be a long journey. So welcome to the team, trainee. Now stand up, parade, rest. All right. In what state do I dwell? I'm not going to answer that, but thanks. He says, I appreciate your knowledge and gift of educating fellow Wolverines. Please keep up the hard work and the fight that you and Nighthawk put out. Hey, what is it? Full 83. Hey, thanks, brother. Thanks for the support. Thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot, man. It really does. Will I be getting into drones? Michigan Maniac asks, will I be getting into drones? At work, we're already exploring counter UAS and counter drone stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to see drone content here on the channel, then comment down below. Yes, you want a drone video, drone evasion, whatever. But yes, Michigan. Let's see. Lost Sourdough says, after firearms and medical, what discipline would I prioritize? Physical fitness, dude. Physical fitness. I'm going to check and make sure the audio, yep, we are good. I get paranoid whenever we use the fancier video and audio equipment, so there you go. Physical fitness is huge. Once you have your concealed carry handgun, you have a red dot on it, you have all the things, and you have your basics squared away like that, and you have a good rifle or a good shotgun, okay? Like that Beretta 1301 sitting there, whatever, and all that is covered. Dude, physical fitness. Read a book, read doctrine, read tactics, read Ranger Handbook. Physical fitness. Make sure you get body armor as well, okay? I like Hesco plates. You know, they don't know who I am, so I can say whatever I want because there's no sponsors of the channel other than myself. I like Hesco. Get some body armor, even if it's just some Hesco L210s or whatever, and make sure you have a good plate carrier. Physical fitness. Box Shooter says, what training would I recommend a group prioritize to be fast and efficient? yes, react to contact, break contact, squad assault, react to indirect fire, and how to establish a hasty ambush. Okay, so react to contact, that's react to direct fire for those that don't know. Break contact, squad assault, react to indirect fire, how to employ a hand grenade, okay, and how to establish a hasty ambush, as well as just basic patrolling techniques. Let's see. What drills and tactics training do you feel? I just told you. So react to contact drills and ready up drills. Make sure you can, from retention, whether it be a rifle or a handgun, you draw and you can get rounds on target quickly, okay? So basic weapons handling, practical shooting, and then making sure you can react to contact and break contact easily. Puff the Dragon says, what is the validity to using a saw team as a maneuver element while the support by fire element has grenadiers? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but it's very hard to maneuver if you don't have a squad automatic weapon like an M249. Because if the enemy has rifles and you have rifles and you're shooting at each other, that is called, that is neutral, right? You're never going to be able to gain fire superiority on an enemy rifle squad if you're a rifle squad, right? So whoever has an M249 or equivalent, a squad automatic weapon, a belt-fed machine gun, they're going to be the ones that can establish fire superiority and a base of fire. Which Dr. Bob is asking, are sandbags a good thing to have on hand or in a ruck? If you're operating as a platoon, maybe, but if you are by yourself, then no. Benjamin says, I live in an area with many interconnected rivers and marshes. Can you explain the basic fundamentals of operating amphibious frogman role as a prepared citizen? Yeah, man, I can go over it. But the things are the same, except for foot care is going to be huge. Like, foot care is always important, but for your scenario, foot care is going to be massive, okay? Making sure you take care of your feet. Thanks for the question, Benjamin. Let's see. Ronan says, yo, Trench, what's up, dude? In general, how would you alter your loadout in Minecraft if you were running with a small team or even solo as opposed to a large team? My kit would remain the same. I'm trying to see if my body armor is sitting here. My kit is generally always the same, okay? I run a T-Rex Arms AC-1 with 4 magazines, level 4 plates, a camelback, a couple tourniquets on the body armor. Okay, I'm trying to show you guys this. Headlamp on my chest, American flag on the front and the back, 30-round rifle mags, obviously, gloves, lanyard off to the actual kit, and a dump pouch on the front, plus my battle belt where I'll have my handgun, etc. Right? So my Ear Pro, my equipment really doesn't change unless I have to run a chest rig, because a lot of times for work we use just a chest rig, a flick, a fighting load carrier, so I won't be wearing body armor at all because you're maneuvering for long distances, right? I would say just establish a basic kit that works for you. He says, shotguns as a primary, setting aside breaching drones, would you consider a viable option? Limitations other than range and ammo capacity. Shotguns are awesome. Oh, come here, shotgun. Let's clear this guy out. Boom. Chamber check. Chamber is clear. Weapon on safe. Okay, so shotguns are awesome. Like, I can't say enough good things about shotguns. Hold on. I got to get my mandatory. I got to flag you guys a little bit. Okay. Yeah, shotguns are awesome. As a primary weapon, it gets a little bit tricky there because the ammunition is heavy, it is bulky, you can only carry so much stuff, right? But if you have a Beretta 1301 or equivalent quality semi-automatic or pump action shotgun, and you know how to use it, I would take you over some dude with, some dude with a Knight's Armament rifle that doesn't know what they're doing. He says, hope you and Nighthawk have a happy new year. Hey, cheers, brother. Who is that? Ronan. Cheers, brother. Okay, moving on. We'll answer 5 more or so, at least. Dr. Grimhook. Guys, if you got this far in the video, go join the Patreon. Like the video. Comment down below what video you want to see next. Let's see. All right. Dr. Grimhook says, what are some considerations to have for extra kit along with your WRL SHTF? Make sure you have like some protein supplements, food, water, snacks, a headlamp, stuff like that, okay? Yeah, have a bag of seeds, right? Gummy bears are good, a protein supplement, peanut butter, stuff like that, right? Cheese spread, basic stuff, a headlamp, extra socks. Hey, I'm going to say it. Maybe whatever your vice is, if it's tobacco, alcohol, have a little bit of that on hand as well. But yeah, batteries? Okay, moving on. Thanks for the question, Dr. Grimhook. Gunslinger, what is your experience with the M855 Alpha 1? How does it stack up against the M855? So the M855 is not as effective of a round. The M855 Alpha 1 will burn your barrel out in about 7,000 rounds because that thing is loaded hot, and the type of metal that it is shooting, or that it is composed of, will tear up barrels, okay? So for you, just get a bunch of M855 and you'll be good, dude. Zero your stuff for 62 grain and make sure everything is good and you'll be fine. So yeah, M855 Alpha 1 is awesome stuff. However, you're gonna want M855 or just 77 grain. You can get 77 OTMs or you can get 55 grain FMJ based on your budget, and just zero your gun. He says, what LB would you rather have? A good old taps, some belt rig. Well, I can tell you what LBE I use. I use either a Smirch rig or the T-Rex Arms quad. I think it's like the quad rig or something like that. I've worn that thing. Maybe I should DM Lucas Bakken, because I have worn that thing. I have used his products so much that maybe he should be a partner of the channel. Even though I don't think he would want that, but I use the T-Rex Arms quad rig a lot. Like we wear that for ranges and any tactic stuff. I wear it day in, day out, and I've worn that thing a lot in my time as a drill sergeant. What is your all right, thanks for the questions, Gunslinger. Let's see. Wild Willie says, what is most important about IFF within groups of guys? Something like Ukraine. Okay, so he's asking about methods of marking for friendly. I'm going to put the shotgun down because it is on duty. Duty. Boom. Okay. Just so you guys are tracking what just happened there. So chamber empty, but one on the feed ramp, right? But this is just an airsoft gun, of course. Right? YouTube. Okay. So moving on. What was this question? Okay. Methods of marking. Where's my helmet? I don't know. My helmet's over there. I'll just show you right here. So same thing. You want to have methods of marking on all four corners of your body. So American flag on your back, American flag on your front. American flag on your front, and then on your helmet, one on the left, one on the right. I normally wear an American flag on my right shoulder and just a forward observations group patch on my left shoulder, because anyone that is in the know that's in my team will know and not shoot me, right? So yeah, make sure you have all four sides of your body, right? Right shoulder, left shoulder, front of your chest, back, left side of your helmet, right side of your helmet, and back of your helmet. Make sure every part of your body has a flag or method of marking for your team. Jesse, thanks for the question, Wild Willie. Jesse, can you bring your own boots to basic training? My trainees, we're not allowed to bring their own boots or whatever. Just go in their personal belongings, and then later on, for some units, you can buy, based on the company commander's discretion, you can buy boots later on in the cycle. I would just focus on not gear, focus on the training that the Army is trying to give you. All right. Kamehaim Ha X300 says, can you explain height over bore? Yeah, and how to prevent friendly fire. So the best way to explain height over bore, go ahead and clear your handgun or your rifle. Make sure it's clear, okay? 3-point safety check, and then go put it against the wall. When you put it against the wall, then aim, look through your sighting system. Is your optic looking at where your barrel is? No. So what does that mean? That means the bullet is going to go low. So think about it. If you look at the height of the gun, this is, it's only 1.5 inches or so higher than where the actual barrel is, right? So that is the same as height over bore. So whatever distance you zero at, that is the area that your bullet will converge perfectly with your optic. So if you zero at 25 meters, the bullet, if you aim dead center at 25, it will converge with your zero at 25, right? So if you go, take your gun, clear it out, put it against the wall, look through the optic, they're not going to be aiming at the same spot. That's height over bore. So you have to, you have to hold high in most cases for your barrel or your height of bore. So right now I'm aiming right at you, but where's my barrel? You're not going to be able to tell because it's on a YouTube video. But to shoot you in the face, I would have to hold slightly high. Does that make sense? So I'm aiming at you, but it's going to hit you in the throat. Now I'm aiming at the top of your head. It's going to hit you in the face. Does that make sense? Good question. Can I make a video for a saw gunner setup? Your team leaders haven't told you what to expect and carry. Yeah, so for saw gunners, you want to keep the front of your body flat. On one side, on each side, you want to have a 200 round, we call them a nutsack, right? A 200 round belt on each side. Keep the front of your body flat, and then you want to have the ability either behind it, on the sides of your body, your 100 rounds. So 200, 200, 500, 600, and then the other 400 rounds that you get goes in your assault pack, okay? Keep the front of your body generally flat and have a flathead screwdriver with you. And practice barrel changes and gunner down drills. All right, moving on. Good question, Cheese. Richie says, my opinion on the SIG 320. I carried an M17 and competed with an M17 for a long time. So I like the M17. However, the 320 and the SIGs in general have a lot of problems. So I would not recommend them for you guys unless you're active duty and you want the exact same gun as the gun you carry for work, or if you're a cop or whatever, right? So for most of you guys, I would say just get a Glock 19, get a Staccato C2, whatever you like, and carry that. Shadow systems, whatever. But if you're forced to carry one professionally, then you can carry one. And it'll be great. I like the M17. I don't like the 320. Yeah, they're based on the same gun, so really you're still gonna have issues. But whatever. I've never had any issues with my M17s that I've used, and I've shot a lot of rounds through them. How important are suppressors? Astro says, I'm losing my voice. How important are suppressors on a 5.56 fighting rifle? It's not a must-have. It's a nice-to-have. It makes the gun super annoying to shoot. I'm not going to go get my suppressor out, or that gun out, but it just makes the gun, front heavy. As you're transitioning targets, you can feel the forward weight of that suppressor. So it's a nice-to-have, not a need-to-have. But you're not going to like shooting with it. It's more fun to shoot without a suppressor because it's less weight up front. Let's see. Pilgrim says, do I think Shtf will happen in 2025 for us in America? I hope not, but it's a divisive time for our country, that's for sure, but I hope not. I like having internet. I like having AC. I like having heat. I don't have to go dig a hole and have to, I don't want Nighthawk to have to cover me while I shit in the woods and then switch, right? That would not be fun. So I hope not. I hope no SHTF for us. But what's the old saying? You're 3 meals away from the end of the world at any given time. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Black says, what would you say has been the overall most beneficial activity to work and improve your cardio and endurance? Repetition and time. Just time. Nighthawk and I have been doing a cut lately. I'm down like 5 or 6 pounds. And repetition every day. Like, Nighthawk, how much easier is it to do the walk or the cardio we do now?
Yeah.
A lot easier
than when we first started.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can hear, but she said it's a lot easier than when we first started the cut. If you do an hour of cardio a day, your body just gets used to it. And doesn't have to be running, right? Just get on the treadmill and freaking walk for an hour every day, regardless of what's happening. Walk for an hour and then do your lift every day. Make sure you're getting enough protein. Most of you guys are not getting enough protein. You need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 120 pounds, or oh God, if you weigh 180 pounds, you need 180 grams minimum a day. So you need to consume a lot more protein, a lot less carbs than you are right now. Let's see. How to use my spiritual says, how do I use my 249 to defend my home? Well, set up sectors of fire. Make sure if the Minecraft bad guys come through your front door, allow them to come in. Make sure you, legally can identify the weapon or whatever they intend to do. If they, if they're in your house and you're legally allowed to engage them, I would say a good 5 to 9 round burst would probably deal with that situation with interlocking sectors of fire in that fatal funnel. All right. So many more questions. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Favorite comic book character? I think Batman. Matt, thanks for the question. I like Batman. Yeah, I am Batman. Batman's based. What are your thoughts on Bush Sr.? A bunch of stuff about politics. Listen, this is what I'll say. America seems to be really good at killing people. So if we wanted to go to Iraq or Afghanistan for financial reasons and kill people there, then it seems the United States is very good at that. What we're not so good at is stabilizing after we kill people. Just my 2 cents. Bekel says, thoughts on the 6-spear LT556. Waste of money. Why buy a $3,500 whatever it is? Right, we can look it up here. I'll look it up. 6-spear LT556. Let's see. Why would I buy this gun for $2,600? Why would I buy a $2,600 gun for anything other than the cool factor? So if you have money to burn and you've already checked every other box and you want a cool factor gun, I say that because I have a cool factor gun right here, then cool. But it's not going to do anything that your BCM won't do, right? Or your Sons of Liberty Gunworks or your freaking Colt 6920, as long as you keep it maintained, it's not going to do anything better, right? So I would not waste the money personally, but that's a guy sitting here with a Staccato C2 with a $150 light and a $500 or $400 optic on the already expensive gun, right? So take what I say, but I actually shoot my stuff. So if you're a guy that actually shoots your stuff and enjoys it, then sure, go get it. If you're gonna enjoy it and it's something you are gonna enjoy and actually use, then go get one. But it's a lot of money for an AR. What is the best duty rifle? The one that you're good with. The one that works, can group effectively, and the one that you train with. You know all the ones I like, right? I like Daniel Defense, I like BCM. So I like Glocks, I like Shadow Systems, I like Staccato, etc. All right, thoughts on Canada? Well, it's been taken over by socialism, so fix that. Do what you need to do to fix that. Socialism is not good. Communism is not good. Like, communism could only work in very, very, very niche, small scenarios. But capitalism is far greater and far better than communism as overall system, as however flawed capitalism might be, right? So, or democracy, so, or a republic, right? So, Canadians watching this, you live in a tyrannical state, right? And say what you will about the United States and its flaws, but we are not communist or socialist, and you guys are. So if you don't agree with your country's political leaning and standing, you need to do something to change that, whether it be run for political office, start, you do what you need to do. I'm not trying to start an uprising here, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay. 22 LR for ammo cost over 9mm. I would say no for me. I think 22 pistol is cringe. I think it's good for getting children or small stature people into guns, but then they immediately want to go to a real caliber, right? So like 9mm. So I would say, for me, I would say it's cringe and avoid. I don't like 22, but if you're, because by the time you buy the gun and the ammo, the 22 gun and then the ammo, you could have bought a case of ammo right there of 9mm, right? So I'm not a 22 enjoyer personally. I know a lot of you guys are, but there's that. I'll refresh this to see if anything of interest pops up to answer. Not doing a very good job at facilitating. Oh, sort by newest. Favorite Fallout game? Maddie, you're in just before the bell. Favorite Fallout game? Let's see. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is awesome. I know there's going to be some New Vegas guys that chime in, but Fallout 4 is my favorite Fallout game. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. I might have missed a few, but that's the vast majority of them. Okay. Someone asked, what do we do about the Indians? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask, but circle the wagons. Okay. So that is going to be the 2024 wrap-up of the channel. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. I was going to read you guys some analytics here. So over the past 365 days, this channel has gotten 3,395,547 views. Okay, so a little over 3, almost 3.5 million views. So cheers to that. Let's see. Watch time. Let's see how many hours have been watched. Over the past year, you guys have watched 186,000 hours. 186,000 hours worth of trench grenade content. That's cringe to me because that means that is how many times people have listened to me talk. But that's a lot. I'll take it. And let's talk about subscribers. Over the past year, 18,376 of you guys have subscribed. So welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying the channel. Hopefully it's everything you thought it would be. So to the 18,376 guys that have joined, welcome. And yeah, I think that's all the key metrics. But yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for sitting through this long-winded Q&A. I hope somebody got some value and some entertainment out of it. Make sure you guys vet the people that you, whose content you consume. Again, it's okay to consume educational and I guess just entertainment. It's okay to consume entertainment, but I think it's disrespectful for a content creator to make gun slop content where it's just like, what am I watching? This is clearly just a bought and paid for ad that's not even, it's not funny, it's cringe. You guys get the deal, right? So vet the people and consume content from quality people. Like I said with like Lucas Botkin, I don't really like Lucas, but I like his company and the model that they represent, the product that they make, and the videos that they make because it's quality. So understand, just understand whose content you're consuming and what their morals and message is, right? And make sure you align yourself with those individuals that you agree with, because there's a lot of gun slop content out there, and there's this much quality content in the sphere of Guntube, and there's the rest of the circle is gun slop. So make sure you avoid that. We don't want to sit here and hear Colion Noir talk about why he likes a gun when it's clearly an ad, right? No offense, Colion, but do better. Okay, thanks for being here, guys. I enjoy making content for you guys. I look forward to making another year worth of content for the trench grenade community. Again, if you want to support Nighthawk and I's Celsius addiction and our efforts here on the channel, become a member of the Patreon. It directly supports everything we do, all the gas, the food, all the stuff. You guys know the deal. Go join the Patreon. If only 5 of you guys join the Patreon, I'll be happy, because that will end the year with 5 more members of the Discord, etc. Right? Okay, I'm done talking. I am now going to relax and enjoy probably eating another meal because it's been about 5 to 6 hours since our pump, and I am hungry. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll see you in 2025. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average gun slop Warner that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.